A win would be nice. Clean sheet would be nice as well. Just another performance. We want a performance, we want to play well, and obviously we want to win.
Have your plans for this game changed? You spoke after the match and said you might have to look at some of the things you'd hoped to do. Have you reassessed how you might approach this match?
Not really, to be honest. Maybe one less change than what I was going to do before, but that can happen anyway. That can happen irrespective of the result the other night. Not the performance, but the result.
Are the players then you're hoping to give an opportunity to in this game, to give more minutes, to cast an eye on them with a view to the summer again?
No, I pick a team to win the game, that's for sure.
The games you've had recently against the bigger sides, in particular the game last time out, have they been a useful exercise for you? Have they taught you more about the group and prepared you better, perhaps longer down the line for the summer than perhaps taking an easier match would have been? Yeah,
I think all the games that we've played, all the friendly matches against the difficult opposition, obviously 2 difficult matches against Spain in the qualifying, they've served us well.
Your captain, Andy Robertson, was quite pointed after the match, quite opinionated. He said standards had dropped. Do you like hearing him set the bar so high? Is that what you need from your captain?
It's what we need from everybody in the squad. We always try to set the bar as high as we can. We want to improve. I keep saying there's improvement in the group. I think for long spells in the game the other night, you could maybe get a glimpse of that improvement that I speak about. But then towards the end we didn't do what we were good at, and that's why the scoreline went the way it went.
It was a funny game, wasn't it? Because there was a lot of good in it.
Wasn't funny to laugh about. I know what you mean. It was a peculiar game.
But there was a lot in it you could like, but then it kind of all gets overshadowed by the nature of that last 20 minutes. Can you sort of compartmentalise the match?
There's a lot that we did like. It's not about could like, we did like. A lot of what we spoke about in training, what we tried to do in training, we transferred to the pitch, and it worked well for a long time in the game. Like I said, when you stop doing what you've been working on and you switch off a little bit towards the end of the game, against the top teams especially, you get punished. And you get punished heavily, and that's what happened.
Steve, you say that the friendlies against the bigger nations have served you well. What specifically have you learned about your squad and your players, can you say?
That we're still searching for that improvement that can close the gap a little bit on the top sides in Europe. Hopefully, as we're striving to reach the top sides, we're looking to move further away from the sides that are seeded below us. That has to be the objective all the time. We have to try and we're a pot 2 team now, but we have to try and be a better pot 2 team. And then eventually we have to try and latch on to the pot 1 teams. That has to be the aim.
How has it been over the last couple of days? I guess the spirits against the boys, were they quite low straight after the game, and have you had to pick them up a little bit?
No, I think it's the opposite way around. I think they've had to pick me up. I tend to sulk a little bit longer than they do. They move on a little bit quicker than I do, because I've probably got a little bit more to think about than they have. Within 24, 36 hours, you're ready for the next game. You're looking for the next game. I think I get the feeling, I get the mood among the players that they just want the chance to get on the pitch on Tuesday night and look to improve and maybe put right a few things that went wrong for us in the last stages of the game on Friday.
You say you want a win and a performance. I understand that you want both of those things, but if you had to prioritise, would the win be more important?
Probably. If I'm being honest, probably. But I think we can get both. I've got no doubt we'll get both.
You said that players had to pick you up, Steve, and how have they done that? Just with a reaction to the defeat?
Yeah, pretty much that's it. They've reacted well. They understand. When we had the debrief, the meeting about the game, they understood the points that I was making. They'll take the messages on board, and like I said, hopefully we can show that we're improving.
How big a part did all the substitutes, making all those substitutions make to the end of the game?
It's a strange one because the first 3 substitutions are made within 3 minutes of them coming on the pitch. I think we'd conceded the second, so they didn't really get a chance to bed into the game. And then from there, the game ran away from us for reasons that we now know. I won't share them. People that know the game will read the game the same way as I read the game. It's a little bit too simplistic to say that the substitutions were the reason the game ran away from us. That wasn't the reason.
Steve, does the debrief almost become a bit more challenging when you know you did so much so well in the game?
No, it was really quite strange to do a debrief the way we did it, because we concentrated on the performance, which was 70 minutes, and then we concentrated on the result, which was the last 20 minutes or 23 minutes of the game. So it was. We sat in the room. It was strange because we'd lost the game 4-0. We watched a lot of clips where we played very, very well. We did a lot. We did a lot right in that game, and then we watched the bad bits and spoke about them.
What sort of challenge do you expect from Northern Ireland? They had a good result the other night.
Young team, progressive team. Michael's quite good at talking his team down a little bit, but they're very competitive. They don't lose many games by a big margin. They beat Denmark at Windsor Park in their last qualifying game 2-0. We got a little bit excited when we beat Denmark here at Hampden 2-0. They went to Romania, which is a tough place to go. Went there with a young side, got a good 1-1 draw. Performed really well. So we expect a tough challenge. It'll be a tough game for us. It's why we took it. We want a tough challenge. We always want tough games. So one we look forward to.